So you know how all the idiots got jealous of the fact that the Donald Trump episode of Joe Rogan became one of the, if not the most popular podcast episode ever? And because of it, we're saying things like, oh, the left needs their own Joe Rogan. Here's the thing, you can't have one. It's not that you don't, or you're struggling to. It's that you actually can't have one. Because you technically did. You did have a Joe Rogan. You know what his name was? Joe Rogan. The problem is that, like with anybody who either is neutral or speaks facts, our modern society and SJWs and the mainstream media can't handle anybody who not just doesn't agree with them, is not just neutral. You can't handle anybody unless they are a leftist, and even more so, has to be an extreme leftist. Everybody to you who's not an extremist leftist is automatically the words you use for everybody. A racist and a sexist and a transphobe and all that other shit. Joe Rogan is not, I mean, obviously we know he's not those things, because nobody is as bad as SJWs say. But the problem is that you can't handle people who aren't extremist left. Even if they're neutral, you can't handle that either. Everybody has to abide by your stupid bullshit, and it's been that way for over a decade, so this is not a surprise and this is not new. It's your fault, and it always has been. Joe Rogan could have had on all kinds of leftists because he's open to that. He's neutral. That's kind of the whole point. It's about talking to everybody of all political sides. People who are neutral, or even on the right, can handle all sides. But the left cannot handle all sides. And that's why you said, oh, fuck Joe Rogan, he's a fucking racist and sexist because he gave an opportunity to Trump and other right-wingers. So? Did he fucking put a fucking like Nazi symbol on Trump's outfit? No, he just let him talk and have a conversation. So the reason why you can't have a Joe Rogan is because you had one, and through the mainstream media and all your insanity, called him a right-wing extremist for not being a left-wing extremist. So, and the thing is too, you do have SJW left-wing podcasters. The problem is that nobody watches them. And why does nobody watch them? Because, believe it or not, SJWism is actually dying. There are a lot of people waking up to just how bad SJW extremist left culture is. And in all of its forms, including podcasters, it's starting to die off. Most people now want to, I know it's hard to believe, but most people actually want to watch somebody who's either on the right or neutral, with no political side. You know, someone like me, for example. People actually want that because they're tired of left-wing extremism. So it's your fault for not wanting right-wing people or neutral people. It's your fault for only wanting extremist left. That's your decision, and you fucked up by making that decision. So the reason why you can't have a Joe Rogan is because anybody who is smart, like anybody who's actually smart, doesn't want to talk to you. They don't want to. And the people who are left-wing podcasters, because there are some of them, their views die because nobody wants to watch their bullshit. You think people want to watch some SJW go on about how everybody in the world is horrible and Donald Trump is Hitler? Nobody fucking cares, because nobody fucking agrees anyway. You think people want to watch the Hawk Tuah podcast? No, the people want to watch those who have brains and something to fucking say. And that's the reason why the left can't have a Joe Rogan, because when you have one, you didn't want him, and the Joe Rogan that you do want is just going to be a left-wing extremist who nobody wants to watch anyway. So that's why you can't have one. It's not because Joe Rogan and everyone in the world is a right-wing extremist, it's because you're a left-wing extremist and can't handle neutral or right-wing views. You dug your own grave. Now please jump into it.